Catch attackers before they strike is the promise made by this third Armis Labs Insights report. I'm really glad to be here today with Michael Freeman, our head of threat intel at Armis. Michael, how are you today?
Doing good. Thank you for having me.
Great. Hey, Michael, this report talks about specifically software supply chain attacks. So first things first, what are software supply chain attacks and why do they represent such a significant threat to organizations?
That's a great question. Software supply chain attacks are when a threat actor is able to take advantage of some of the ecosystem around open source software that has very little oversight. And by utilizing a couple different methods to actually gain access to contribute code to the actual software libraries, a lot of times they're able to add backdoors in these systems without anybody actually noticing. Sometimes they can take over open source software projects that are no longer supported by anybody, adding new features and then gaining trust that allows people to really trust this library where they were in the past not able to, because they would look at it and say, there's not that many people updating this anymore. So it's being updated. We trust it again. That allows them to actually introduce more vulnerabilities. It's a very little known attack vector that we really see that is a very critical one that definitely takes a lot of time for a threat actor in the past to actually go through that process and introduce these types of vulnerabilities and backdoors into the system.
Yeah, would you say, is it fair to say that AI and the notion of AI assistance in coding has kind of aggravated the situation?
Absolutely. We spend a lot of time at Armis Labs going through all the AI coding tools to see what kind of vulnerabilities should be introduced. And roughly about 45 to 50% of the code that we reviewed, depending on the actual tool set, introduced very critical software vulnerabilities into the code itself. And it was actually very adamant that the code itself is actually quite secure, even if you presented evidence to the contrary.
Yeah, so these are some interesting trends to follow, but what would be the most compelling reason for me to download this report? Like, what's in it for me?
There's really great insights into the top 25 methods that we see that are used backdoor software libraries, as well as some new AI introduced insights that are not very well known to the industry that really should be known to a lot of software developers and any companies that are writing their own code.
So what you're saying is that we're getting the top 25 of current and emerging threats, but also like a unique vision on some new methods that are little known in this industry that you put together, and all of this is packed into the report.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So in case you haven't seen the report yet, go to armis.com. It's on our landing page and get your copy of the latest Armis Labs Insights report today. Thank you.